It is September 29th, 2025, and we have reports on Trump's medbeds. That's right, medbeds. Also, was Tyler Robinson part of the CAI? That is the Center for Anticipatory Intelligence. And you guessed it, we have probe news. This is Inverted World Live. Hello, everybody. I am your host, Shane Cashman, and this is Inverted World Live. Welcome back. I hope you had a great weekend. It feels like it was a very long weekend, longer than usual. I don't know why. Maybe because there's so many things happening so quickly. It feels like there are more days now than there typically are, more hours in the day. It is wild. It has been insane. Here we are. We made it. We're back. We're glad you're here. This is a call-in show. In about 30 or so minutes, we will get to your phone calls. The link to call in is pinned in the chat on Rumble and YouTube. And we'd love to hear from you. Any stories. You can call in and talk about something we've discussed early in the show. Or you can call in and share some strange story, an encounter with the unexplainable, cryptids, ghosts, sleep paralysis, you name it. We would like to hear about it. Now, tonight, Brandon is not here. And he is off with the Timcast crew doing their thing out west. And I am joined by the one and only Alex.
What's up, Shane?
What up?
Good to see you. Good to see everybody else. Well, I can't really see you, but I'm glad to be here with y'all. How's it going?
It's great. It's great to have you in the room.
Yeah, it's good
Always
to be
good.
here.
Last time you were here, what was it, episode 100?
Yes, it was. Well, I think I might have come somewhere, right?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Oh, no, it was episode 100.
I think it was 100, yeah. Yeah, I kicked you out for Phil.
Yeah, you're right.
And then I disappeared.
You disappeared.
And then I came back.
Happy to have you back.
It's good to be back. Yeah.
It's nice to be back in the coffin.
Yeah, it is such a small, brightly lit coffin that we are in. So before we get to the news, I did want to just offer my condolences out there to the LDS church that was attacked yesterday. That news is insane and depraved and heartbreaking. And, you know, for those who listen to the show, we've had so many callers from the LDS church. We've had a lot of talks about the church. Love hearing from them and having those discussions and just sending my prayers to everyone out there affected by it. Just totally horrific. Totally horrific. It is nonstop, this revolving door of tragedy we seem to be stuck in right now. And just praying for everyone out there who's been affected by it. And man, I don't even know where to begin with this episode. Like, we have the medbeds in the thumbnail. But I mean, it is just so much happening. And I'll start with this. These medbeds, the medbeds, they are back. This is a conspiracy theory that these things existed. And our president posted a video that he would eventually delete, I think like 12 hours later, about the medbeds. It was on Truth Social. So before we get into it, let's share with the good people out there the medbed video that no longer exists on Truth Social, but we were able to find it on good old Twitter. Let's tune in.
Okay, give me a second, everybody. I'm new to this. No, I'm just kidding.
Breaking now. President Donald J. Trump has announced a historic new healthcare system, the launch of America's first medbed hospitals and a national medbed card for every citizen.
Every American will soon receive their own medbed card. With it, you'll have guaranteed access to our new hospitals led by the top doctors in the nation, equipped with the most advanced technology in the world. These facilities are safe, modern, and designed to restore every citizen to full health and strength. This is the beginning of a new era in American healthcare.
In this first phase, only a limited number of medbed cards will be released. Registration details will be announced very soon. Breaking now. President Donald J.
It's the greatest. You'll be the greatest you've ever been. So that was up there. Clearly, that's not real. I mean, it's real. He posted it. That is AI. I mean, if you listen closely, you don't have to listen that closely to know that is not Trump. That is not real Trump. That's like Biden. That we had 4 years of that with Joe Biden. That was the president we had under Mr. Joe Biden. May God rest his soul. He's
Wow,
been dead
that
since
was, pretty-
1970.
That's pretty realistic, though.
Yeah. I mean,
God.
you go back and watch that. He did not say that. This did not happen. This was fully AI.
Wow.
And that is concerning. But, you know, we lived through 4 years of a president who was a deep fake. He was a green screen. He was a robot. So, you know.
He was a hologram.
He was a hologram.
That's like a new thing
He was a
now.
reanimated corpse.
Yeah.
So it's not too surprising that I guess Trump's going to dip his toes into being a deep fake. But why? Why? What is up with this medbed? So I want to turn to the most trusted news source out there, USA Today. Why are you laughing?
Can we really trust anything?
You don't trust USA Today? So well, let's get into it. Trump posted about a medical conspiracy theory called Medbeds. Here's what's going on. On September 27th, President Donald Trump shared an apparently AI-generated video of himself promoting a cure-all medbed, a medical conspiracy theory. The video, which has since been deleted from his Truth Social account, resembled a Fox News segment on the show hosted by the president's daughter-in-law, Laura Trump, but it never aired on the network. Every American will soon receive their own medbed card, said the AI rendering of Trump. AI Trump. But much like the mock news report, medbeds don't actually exist. The medbed conspiracy theory has roots in the QAnon movement and falsely claims that cure-all medical beds exist and are being kept from the public. So now I think they're real. If USA Today is saying this is fake, this has got to be real. I didn't think that, of all the conspiracy theories, the medbed was something I was like, nah, I don't think so. But now, not so much. They're probably real. Let's roll them out. I don't think I trust it, though. But let's continue. This moment is a reminder that medical misinformation, I love this. I just love the pivot. You guys, you're with me. This is the pivot. This is the great pivot. The moment is a reminder that medical misinformation can run rampant on social media. And it's important to be watchful for AI-generated content, even when posts come from prominent public figures or seemingly verified sources. It's true that recent innovations in health technology have prompted wellness and longevity movements, but medbeds are not one of these new treatments. According to a 2024 poll by the Kaiser Family Foundation, most Americans encounter false health information online, and many are unsure whether it is accurate. You know what they're hinting at. The last 5 years, and this is like they're just jabbing at Maha, and they're jabbing at RFK Jr., jabbing, I guess no pun intended.
Well, I was also thinking about the COVID cards.
Exactly.
The COVID card, the vaccine cards.
That was never going to happen.
Medbed cards. Yeah.
Never going to happen.
Yeah.
It did happen.
Yeah.
I was in New York when they medically segregated my family from life. And all the people who were marching for Black Lives Matter were suddenly into segregation. When all the black people in the city decided not to get vaccines, they were like, screw it. I'm not. We burnt down cities last summer, but they have to stay home because they're a threat. They're unvaccinated bodies. People should learn to recognize the difference between accidental misinformation and intentional disinformation, experts explained.
Recognize. How? At this point, we can't recognize nothing.
What experts? It just says experts. It just says experts. There's no hyperlink
Just throw
on
that-
experts. It's just
word out.
experts. Yeah, okay. Nearly 70% of doctors polled said they think patient trust declined from 2020 to 2022. But only 21% of Americans said the same, according to a 2023 poll. I wonder why that might have happened back in 2020.
I'm surprised it's only 70%.
Yeah. Did anything?
What's going on with the other 30%?
First of all, these polls are fake. They're paid for by like AstraZeneca. Misinformation isn't a point of view. It does actual harm. Brian Castrucci, Brian Castration, I guess is his name, is president of the De Beaumont Foundation, the public health philanthropy that commissioned the poll, previously told USA Today. It's hurting physicians, it's hurting medical practice, and it's hurting the American public. I love that they took this AI video of Trump talking about medbeds that was deleted, and they just were like, this is our in to talk about how we can now talk smack on all the entire population that doesn't trust experts. But we all know experts were the first casualties of COVID. If they weren't already dead to you, they definitely died during COVID, and we should no longer be trusting experts. For example, during the height of the pandemic, some people with autoimmune disease couldn't get their prescription hydroxychloroquine because so many others were misled to believe it could help fight COVID-19. Castration said. I'm not going to say his real name.
Castration.
While the poll focused on COVID, Castration said it goes well beyond the pandemic. Most doctors and the public get their information online, but they look for somewhat different sources. The vast majority of doctors said they trust medical or scientific journals, internet searches, and colleagues, while other adults mainly put their faith in internet searches. These general internet searches can pull up an array of posts and websites and blah, blah, blah. I'm done with that article.
Blah, blah,
it's
blah.
ridiculous. They're just trying to sell you on their whole misinformation. Science. Don't do your own research. Do what we say. We are the truth. We are the experts. I've heard enough. Oh, these people drive me insane. So, what is this from? Let's pull up that BBC article.
Okay. Well, first of all, I love that this motel is the Bates Motel.
Yeah.
Literally from Psycho.
There is a lake behind this motel with lots of cars sunken into it.
And it's a Tesla facility, supposedly. Like they couldn't get a Trump hotel instead of the Bates Motel.
The truth about medbeds. Wait, it's real? What? What? The BBC has an article from 2022 saying medbeds might be real? Well, let's get into it. It's a miracle cure that doesn't exist. Okay, it doesn't exist, but it's also a thing we can talk about. And this is from December 27, 2022 at the Bates Motel. Strange corners of the internet are awash with chatter about miracle devices that can cure nearly any ailment you can think of using the power of mystical energy. Sounds like something Ian would talk about. We should get him on for this. Some companies charge thousands for these medbeds, but their claims are far from proven. A converted motel in a small town on the Mississippi River seems an unlikely home for a world-changing technology. What a flyer in the mostly deserted lobby calls a new wave of scientific healing. But since last summer, this building in East Dubuque?
Dubuque.
You guys know I can't read. Illinois, 3 hours west of Chicago, has been outfitted with medical devices that supposedly imbue patients with life force energy. It's one of a number of locations run by Tesla Biohealing, no relation to the car company, dotted around the U.S. Now, the writer is saying, I tried out a medbed on a recent gloomy weekday afternoon. After being greeted at the front desk, a doctor tested my energy levels by having me place my fingers inside a metal box.
Now, would you place your fingers inside a metal box
No.
at the Bates Motel?
I would not.
Okay.
I actually would not. This is already a recipe for Hep B. Then I was ushered into one of the rooms, mostly unchanged from its motel days, and I waited for pure biophoton life force energy to stream into my body.
Pass.
Look at this. The bloodstains from the last patient are still on the mattress. The idea of med beds, short either for medical beds or meditation beds, has become increasingly popular on fringe medical channels, on mainstream social networks, and chat apps. But people have very different ideas about what they actually are. Some insist that the technology is secret, unlikely to be encountered by mere mortals, hidden from the public by billionaires and the deep state. The more conspiratorial theorizing includes speculation about alien technology and bizarre claims like the idea that John F. Kennedy is still alive, strapped to a medbed. Everyone's heard that theory. And who knows? I will entertain it all. Last week I was talking about how they shot JFK's DNA into space. So maybe part of him is on the fake moon. Maybe part of him is strapped to a medbed. I don't know. A separate, more earthly avenue of thought holds that medbeds are very real and publicly available, just not part of the medical mainstream. It's this strand that Tesla Biohealing and a range of other companies are staking their rather expensive claims on. Tesla Biohealing offers home generators for prices up to $19,999. Although an hour in one of their medbed motel rooms will only set you back $160. Why not a hotel, first of all? Motels I love a good motel, but
No.
they're a bit sketchy.
Yeah, it's
They're
sketchy.
not very family friendly.
Yeah.
Typically, the darker things on the fringes of society are happening in
like
motels.
Psycho.
Like Psycho, right. They're just a fentanyl funhouse. But even in the consumer-focused medbed world where there is no talk of aliens or JFK, there's disagreement about what a medbed actually is, and there's a very good reason for that, says Sarah Aniano. I'm going to do a whole thing one day of all the last names I can't pronounce. A disinformation analyst, so I already don't trust her, at the Anti-Defamation League Center for Extremism. Okay, I already don't care. It's really hard to define something that doesn't exist, she says. They're selling me on medbeds now. I think they're for real.
For real?
So this lady from the ADL has been researching the spread of medbed chat online, and as part of her inquiries, signed up for the trial with a different medbed company, 9010. The trial is nothing, she says. It tells you to lay on your bed and think really hard about the medbed.
I don't understand what's really happening, though.
So she went to a meditation bed. Sounds like maybe not a medical bed, because maybe there are different types.
So she's confused.
She might be confused. You know, they're trying to say, they're conflating them, but maybe there are, it's like when people are trying to say contrails versus chemtrails, they're different.
True.
Meditation bed is different from a medical bed. In their defense, they do list on their website, in the very fine print, down at the bottom, that the medbed is not meant to treat or diagnose illnesses, she says. It's a common disclaimer that we saw used in some form by just about every company offering a medbed-related product. I like how this is connected to the ADL's extremism department, just because I guess they think it was born solely out of QAnon. Mm-hmm. I think this stuff predates QAnon, you know, in terms of the alien reverse engineering, like this medicinal stuff, the medicinal technology. So Tesla Biohealing is no exception. The top of the company's website clearly states we cannot diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition. And yet their promotional material states many people note improvements in their well-being, even after only an hour of resting on a Tesla medbed. They also make a number of specific, unsupported claims about particular diseases. The staff at the Tesla Biohealing Motel in East Dubuque, there it is, told me about legions of customers with all manner of ailments, all of whom they said had been helped by medbeds. But in my room, says the writer, I felt nothing more than curiosity and a slight sense of unease as I gazed out the window.
That's just the bed bugs.
Yeah, for sure. It's probably the motel you're sleeping in that someone was murdered in yesterday.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Tesla medbed canisters were sealed in wooden boxes and a bedside table. Cutting short my hour, I returned to the doctor's office where she repeated the test with my fingers in the metal box. Sure enough, my energy, as measured by the doctor's laptop, was already rising. Perfect. You got to believe in this. I think a lot of this stuff is you got to just believe in it. If you really think the medbed's going to help you, it might actually help you. I've talked to people who visited shamans. Like I went to one once many years ago to help with some allergies I was having, like that no one could explain. Like it wasn't seasonal. It was kind of always happening, but they presented themselves like seasonal. And I met this lady through my mom, who she had breast cancer, and she went through all the regular Western medicine treatments for years. Nothing was helping her. And she was like, I know a shaman who treated me. And I was like, well, I was probably like 21 at this point, 22. And I was like, she said she was cured from breast cancer. And she said, I was like,
your mom or the shaman?
The shaman treated my mom's friend.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, if he can cure breast cancer, he's got to be able to take care of these allergies.
Yeah.
So I drove out to Scranton, Pennsylvania, and met him. He was like this little African man.
Okay.
Not like Rafiki at all. He was dressed in like a nice shirt, button-up shirt, and slacks, and he had all these weird herbs in his house. And it was a lot of energy-focused stuff, so I'm like having flashbacks right now. I will say
Did you put your fingers in a metal box?
There was nothing like that.
Okay.
Nothing like that. He gave me some herbs, and he said I couldn't do any sit-ups, which is fine because I don't do sit-ups anyway.
Check.
I should, but I don't. I was like, that's totally fine. Perfect. I'm halfway there. But my allergies did go away, and I think a lot of it was probably like mental because I went through all the different things. I was doing like nasal sprays and all this stuff. Nothing was working. The shaman cured me, or so I think. And he had lines out the door, all types of people. There were like equestrians in their boots and their helmets. They weren't wearing helmets. They had their boots on though. There were truckers. There was me in like my death metal shirt. And yeah, shout out. His name was Harry Abbey. He passed away. Nice guy. I don't know if I'd do that again, but I definitely, I've been against, I don't want to say against Western medicine because it's great. Yeah. For many ways, but we are addicted to it in the West, and we look for it as like it's like a miracle cure-all, just trust the science thing. And I'm very much into like
Natural.
I'm trying other things, and also having a better diet, watching like what I'm drinking, you know, all these things that I think could help have a more holistic approach. You know, that's my biohealing.
That's a great thing to do.
Yeah. But please talk to your experts out there.
Yeah, we're not experts at all.
I'll say, so I don't have to read the whole article. This lady goes through the whole thing. Fascinating. And I just want to pull up this before we go to the next topic, because there's a bunch.
But I am confused, like, why it's called Tesla. It has nothing to do with Tesla, but it's called Tesla.
Tesla. Real Tesla. Not fake Elon Tesla. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Like for real Tesla.
Gotcha.
Who definitely was probably talking to, I don't know, something. Demons or something interdimensional. He was on a whole other path. But I just had to, I had to find some way to swerve into the Antichrist himself, Peter Thiel. And because, I was thinking of, this is a bit transhumanist, this idea of being able to live longer, which, I'm not going to fight you on that. I think we all want to have a better life and live longer. But the transhumanists want to live very long, and they want to live forever, and they don't want to die. I mean, they literally say that. They literally say don't die. That's like the biohacking world. But there are the transhumanists like the Thiels, the Altmans, the Elons. They want to find ways to cheat God and live longer through all sorts of ways. I've brought up Thiel's whole situation with ambrosia, injecting the blood of the young into your body to live longer. Brian Johnson also did that, not the singer of AC/DC, and not the Liver King, the other Brian Johnson, the biohacking Brian Johnson, the one who looks like you can see through his translucent skin. He injected his son's blood into his body to live longer. That's based on a study done with rats or mice, where they would sew young mice to old dying mice. And so the study goes, they said the old mouse would get better while the young mouse would age and get sicker quicker. But I had to just briefly go over this. This is from just last year. This came out on Thanksgiving. Billionaires are creating life-extending pills for the rich, but CEO warns they'll lead to a planet of posh zombies. Billionaires are funding the creation of life-extending pills that will eventually hit the market for people to buy, according to a CEO, and he says it'll turn the rich into posh, privileged zombies. I don't know what the difference is.
I know, right?
I feel like we're there.
Yeah.
Have you looked at Brian Johnson's face? The chilling warning comes amid fears that AI and biotechnology are evolving at such a rapid pace that anti-aging tablets might only be a matter of years away.
I mean, that's what all the celebrities are doing now anyway.
They're already
Besides
doing
the Ozempic, they're drinking the blood and taking the billionaire pills.
Yep, exactly. Amazon boss Jeff Bezos and vampire PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel and ChatGPT's Sam Altman are among the latest in a long line of American tycoons to throw their wealth behind regenerative medicine. Bezos is reported to have invested $3 billion, the biggest biotechnology company launch of all time, in Altos Labs, which he co-founded with Russian-born billionaire Yuri Milner in 2021. The startup hired top scientists to research how to reverse the aging process and pursue something called biological reprogramming technology, which would allow scientists to rejuvenate cells in a lab. According to MIT Technology Review, Altos Labs immediately drew comparisons to Calico Labs, a similar company that Google co-founder Larry Page started in 2013 to focus on longevity and reprogramming. So you're going to live forever. You're going to live to see the dire wolves take over, the woolly mammoth take over, the pterodactyls. It'll be fun. You'll be billionaire, like immortal billionaires fighting dinosaurs. Like there'll be real dinosaurs now because there weren't real dinosaurs then. Yeah. But they will have made things that look like dinosaurs that you had on your bed sheets when you were a kid from Jurassic Park. The future will be fun. They're not the only billionaires on an anti-aging quest. PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel invested in the Methuselah Foundation, which describes itself as a nonprofit medical charity focused on extending the healthy human lifespan by making 90 the new 50. That should ring a bell because it was just like 2 or 3 weeks ago when we pulled up the audio of Putin and Xi and Kim Jong-un talking on a hot mic when they said the same thing. I think Putin said 80 is the new 50 or something like that. But this is obviously being discussed. And imagine these world leaders wanting to live forever. I mean, Netanyahu is going to be 2000. Sorry, Israel. Sorry, world. You're done. He'll be 2,000-year-old BB. You're done.
His hologram will live on.
He won't even have a hologram anymore. Maybe he'll send his hologram around.
I mean, your body just can't. Like how? We're gonna,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's the thing. Because like there's other transhumanists like Ray Kurzweil who they're working on the whole uploading your consciousness into a computer thing. We'll see who wins.
I don't know.
Among Methuselah's goals are to invent technologies that can create new organs, blood vessels, and bones to remove destructive biological structures from the body, to further studies of epigenetics, and to restore things like cognition and physical ability in older people, which is something I personally do need with all the things I have done to my body over the years.
I mean, I saw this video that in China they have these like robot legs now that help you walk. So maybe it'll just be something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It's like, how could you not want that? I just think there are going to be very serious and sinister consequences to this.
I think about Death Becomes Her. You know the movie?
Great movie.
Because it's like
Great movie.
I mean, that's basically what
That's
this
the zombies.
is. Yeah, they
Yeah.
billionaires taking potion to live forever.
Adrenochrome.
Exactly.
Adrenochrome. All right. Well, we don't have to read this whole thing. I just want you guys to be aware. The medbeds might not be just a theory. I think they're working on them. Lockheed Martin's got them. We like right now on the world. It's just funny to think about like the difference in health. Health. I'm putting in quotes. Canada's got the MAID program. Sign up, kill yourself. You got a headache? You're done. We can take care of you. You don't want to live with that. Just step right up. We got suicide pods in Sweden. And now we got the possibility of med beds. The options are just limitless. It's you guys, we're in for quite the ride.
Are suicide pods in Sweden like you don't want to live anymore? So you're just like,
Yeah.
you want to end your own life?
Yeah, basically. You can 3D print a suicide pod, but you can sign up for a suicide pod, which in my mind, when I heard med bed, they look similar.
That's what you're thinking?
They're like neon, fun little, retro caskets. You can step in. One can heal you. One can kill you. Which way, Western man? Which way? It's fascinating. And do you remember the story about the suicide pod?
I don't remember.
I don't know if you're on that show. When one of the first instances of a lady actually getting into the suicide pod didn't go well. And there was evidence of her being strangled. Because according to the stories, the suicide pod didn't work. And so whoever was overseeing it.
Did it? Oh.
And that person was under investigation. And that person took their lives.
In the pod.
I didn't see that part. I'm not sure. It didn't work. How could he? He's like, I have no one to do it for me.
Well, I mean, if she wanted to go.
Take this into my own hands.
Anyway.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know though.
It's complicated.
I think a person actually going in and saying, I'm going to kill you now, that's a very Norman Bates situation. I don't think we should do that. What do we have next on the docket? Tyler Robinson.
Okay.
So this is weird. I saw some people posting about it. I can't find conclusive evidence to these connections people are making. I've been trying. If anyone out there in the chat, if you've seen any evidence of this connection between Tyler Robinson and the CAI, I'd like to see it. People are making these claims. It's bizarre. Let's pull up. Yeah, let's do the Alex Jones thing. So Alex is talking about it too.
That's the thing. Like, if Alex Jones is posting about it, it's probably true.
I like to think so, but you just can't trust anybody.
That's
you
true.
know, I love Alex, but I'd like to see the connection that they're making. Like, how are they getting this? The CAI has a department in Utah, and it's a real thing. And we can pull up that short video I sent you. As I went down this rabbit hole this weekend, being like, okay, why are they making this comparison here? But let's listen to like the first 4 or 5 minutes of this.
Okay.
About waiving the preliminary hearing. The preliminary hearing is an opportunity, as Paul Morrow said, to have a mini trial. You get evidence, you can cross-examine witnesses. It's determining probable cause.
We recognize that we are here today for a waiver hearing. It is not our intent to waive a preliminary hearing in this matter. We are going to be seeking that one be set. However, based largely on what the state just referred to as far as the voluminous nature of the...
I just see some people in the chat saying, like, he said CAI, and maybe you didn't hear in the beginning. The CAI is the Center for Anticipatory Intelligence. And for those who've been listening, I was talking about this like weeks ago, not in terms of this exact department, but in terms of this is pre-crime, right? That's basically a fancy way of saying pre-crime. Which is something I'm very concerned about, which they've been rolling out in the UK with their homicide detection pre-crime unit, where they determine by scraping your data who's most likely to commit a crime like homicide. So it sounds like the CAI is our version of that, and it happens to be in Utah. Let's go back. Oh, and real quick, what they're playing, I don't know if he said it in the beginning or we missed it, but this is from the hearing today about Tyler Robinson. So let's get into it.
Discovery materials. We do think it would be prudent to simply reset for another conference, another waiver hearing, a little bit down the road, where we have a better idea once we start seeing the discovery as it rolls in.
Boy, if his lawyers waive the preliminary hearing, then I would say that Tyler Robinson is in MK Ultra style program, because those exist. Tim McVeigh was handled by the deputy head of MK Ultra, Jolyon West. The Unabomber was handled by the deputy head of MK Ultra, Jolyon West. His boss, Ewan Cameron, the head of the program. And it goes on and on. I mean, that seriously. Was it Sirhan too? Yeah, like, oh, hello, let me take care. The feds have attached, this is your psychiatrist. Hi, I'm Jolyon West. I ran the MK Ultra program. Oh, and I also was the attending psychiatrist for Jack Rubenstein. Jack Ruby. Yeah, there he is. I mean, so.
All right,
it's real simple. They just electroshock some.
Because he doesn't get into it, but, and I've said this a lot in the show, but it's worth repeating now that we're hearing old Alex talk about it. But like, when Jack Ruby killed Lee Harvey Oswald and he was put away, so the story goes, Jolly West was allowed into Jack Ruby's room for analysis, and Jack Ruby was never the same after that. And that's why I've always considered, on the show, I talk about Jolly West as if he's like the Scarecrow from Batman. He's like a potion of some sort that drives people mad. And he was very, very closely connected to MK Ultra. And you know what? I don't have to pull this up or anything. I can just read it. But, you know, we've had the author Tom O'Neill on the show a while back. The author of Chaos, one of my favorite books. And one of the more alarming, I mean, that book, the whole book is alarming. But one of the maybe overlooked parts of that book that is terrifying is the murder of Cher Jo Horton and the Jimmy Shaver incident. So let me I'm going to pull up just to get on the real trusted source of Wikipedia, just to break it down. You guys go read Chaos to get the real thing. But Wikipedia has a short little paragraph about it. It's obviously not fully the nuanced version, but in 1954, Jolly West testified in the trial of Airman Jimmy Shaver, who was executed for the murder of Cher Jo Horton. West was ordered to conduct a psychiatric evaluation of Shaver. West hypnotized Shaver and injected him with sodium pentothal in an attempt to remove his amnesia. Because after the murder happened and when they picked up Shaver, he had no recollection of this whatsoever. While Shaver was under hypnosis, he confessed to killing the young girl. At trial, he maintained his innocence. West argued that Shaver suffered temporary insanity on the night of Cher Jo Horton's killing, which is possible, right? The theory in Chaos is basically, let me see, I want to pull it up so I don't get it wrong. So the authors of the book Chaos, Charles Manson, the CIA, and the Secret History of the 60s, Tom O'Neill, and his co-author, Dan Pippenbring, uncovered documents that placed Shaver's case in the context of Jolly West's history with the CIA. O'Neill theorized that the Shaver case might have been an MK Ultra mind control experiment that went wrong. So, like, the theory is, and I do lean this way, he was being experimented on, and it backfired, and perhaps he did do the murder, but his memory is so wiped clean, he couldn't remember it. You could also say he was a patsy, you know, in the way we talk about like Lee Harvey Oswald and stuff. But it's interesting. This connected the Shaver case to the broader themes of paranoia, secret CIA experimentation, and manipulated memories, exploring chaos. Guys, read Chaos if you haven't. Go check out our episode with Tom. That was like a year ago, maybe a year plus ago. It's a great episode. He's a great writer. The book is great. Insane research went into that book. It's like 20 plus years. Listen to it or read it, whichever. But Jolly West had his hands in so many different experiments. It's very bizarre. And like Alex was saying, like Sirhan seems to have been connected to MK Ultra programs. And that's the person they say who was in jail for killing RFK Jr.'s father. And RFK Jr. has said repeatedly he doesn't believe he is the shooter. So it's all, take all that knowledge and then apply it to what we're looking at with the Tyler Robinson case, who has said he's not, he says he's innocent, who says he didn't do it. And maybe he did it and he's crazy. I'm willing to accept anything right now. Like I've been saying, I'm not emotionally attached to any theory, but we know this stuff has gone on for so long and they didn't stop MK Ultra. It's just expanded to the whole world. And like, I think we've been MK Ultraing ourselves through our diets, through our social media, through the news media diets we go through, all that stuff, and you can get activated. But like I've been saying since in the days since the assassination of Charlie Kirk, something just didn't feel right with the Tyler Robinson situation, especially when they caught him. There's something just weird about it. And I'm obviously applying my biases of the knowledge I have of MK Ultra and the broader context of assassinations in America that we still haven't really solved. We don't know about JFK. Like I've been saying, the Malcolm X's family is suing the CIA right now. There were 2 people in jail who shouldn't have been in jail for that assassination. The Sirhan thing. It's just too many weird things with these very open public assassinations, political assassinations, that just seem weirder, you know? So I highly recommend looking into the Jimmy Shaver case. Very strange, very scary stuff. Jolly West, if you don't already know. And before, I know I'm going a little late till callers. Thank you for sticking with us, as I do want to do some probe news. But I just wanted to pull up that CIA manual. Let's just show the people the CIA manual. As I've talked about it so much on the show, I just want you guys to see if you haven't already. This is real. And this is something I came across when reading the book Poisoner in Chief. Another great book. If you've read Chaos, and if you've read Wild Scenes in the Canyon, which is about like how the counterculture was hijacked by the CIA, the Poisoner in Chief details the history of MK Ultra. But you know, when you're reading it, just tread lightly because it is written by like a New York Times bestseller. So I don't really, you know how the New York Times is. Like I think he was actually a writer for the New York Times or some other major publication, but it's very highly researched and you can go look up all the things in it for yourself, which you should, like I did with this. The Poisoner in Chief is really interesting though, because it does document the founding of MK Ultra, which is literally a Jewish guy in Brooklyn and a Nazi who was hired from Operation Paperclip, being like, we got to learn how to control people's minds. Right? That's what you do when you're operating in the deep state. But this was great because this was something that CIA put together sometime after MK Ultra was started, after they asked Eli Lilly to make all their acid. This is the CIA manual of trickery and deception. Just want you guys to see it. I mean, it's 200 pages. We're not going to read it. It would be great. Sometimes I am just tempted to get on there. I get on here and just do 2 hours of reading from this. But this is a fascinating document. This is around the time that the CIA was talking with people like John Mulholland, who was a famous illusionist, his best friend, and they say mentor. His mentor was Houdini. A lot of weird connections with the magicians and the CIA. And you can just imagine how they would like the idea of how to create an illusion. I think we're in an illusion right now. You look at how we're all digesting the information in the aftermath of the Charlie Kirk assassination. It's like a spell has been cast. Some people are very emotionally attached to certain theories. I get it. It's hard not to. But we're so easily manipulated when we're emotional, especially, or living under fear. And that's when the spell can be cast rather easily. And they have a long history of casting spells. So at some point later, when you guys are bored,
If you're trying to fall asleep tonight,
instead of counting sheep, read the CIA manual, annual manual of trickery and deception.
although I would appreciate a Andy Kaufman version of you just reading 2 hours.
That's exactly what I was thinking as I said it. Because Andy Kaufman famously would go up on stage sometimes and just eat French onion soup.
Right.
And just wait for people to leave. That's my kind of entertainment. But I'm a sick person. I love that stuff. But yeah, so there's that. What else we got? Let's get to our 2 little videos we got from our listeners before we get to callers.
Okay.
For those who are just now joining us, who have been here while I've been ranting and raving, welcome to the show. We are a call-in show at some point, I swear. You can call in. We have a link to call in. It's pinned in the chat on Rumble and YouTube. It's audio only, so you will just be a disembodied voice.
Do we want to invite Renee in to go over this video, or should we play it then talk to her later? Or
Let's
what are you feeling?
Let's bring her in.
Okay.
Let's bring her in. She can walk us
Renee,
through this.
If you're listening, we're on a lag, but we're
Yeah.
bringing you in.
So shout out to you guys for sending me this stuff. And real quick, I did want to shout out someone else. Let me make sure I get the name right. Billdozer. Shout out to Billdozer. I saw some clips of his podcast. It was on Rumble. He had some nice things to say about my performance against Cloudman.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
A lot of people had nice things to say about that.
The anti-fake cloud community really came out.
Yeah.
And I love you all.
I saw a ton of fake clouds and fake sky on the way here tonight.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
It has been raining ever since I got into it with Cloudman.
Yeah.
I've asked him if it was
He's
something
like,
personal.
F you, Shane, now that it's going to rain everywhere.
Yeah, basically. But thank you, Billdozer, for the kind words. That was awesome. And thank you for everyone who was sharing that clip. That was incredible. And if you missed it, when I said it, as far as I know, it's still going on. October 10th, me and Cloudman, and I think 2 other people, will be discussing clouds.
A culture war?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, unless anything's changed. I haven't heard anything. I don't know who the other 2 are. Tim wanted 2 other people. I'm not sure what side they're taking or whatever. But it'll be fun. I can't wait.
I'm not sure if we got rated tonight. If we did, thank you to Tim Cass IRL and the team for rating us. And, continue to follow us, like the show on YouTube, Rumble, wherever you want to stream.
That's right.
And send us your money. Anyway, Renee, are you in the room with us?
Yes, I'm here. How are you?
Good. Woo-hoo. How are you?
Good. Good to see you, Alex.
You too.
Hey, Shane.
Hey there. What's up? What have you sent us?
Oh, Shane. Oh, my God. Okay, so Brandon convinced me to call in tonight, so shout out to Brandon.
Shout out.
So let me just tell you what happened. So as you guys know, my house is haunted, right? I have ghosts here. Okay.
Yep.
So downstairs, my neighbor, her name is Mesa. She I'm literally shaking. Okay, so she is Muslim. So she has blessed her house with whatever their religion. I don't know. So she's blessed her apartment with the Muslim stuff. So my daughter and I the other day were playing with the spirit box. And so I went downstairs, was hanging out with Mesa, and I showed her the spirit box. Now the spirit box was quiet in her apartment. So she said, I said, Mesa, come upstairs, and it won't shut up. So we come upstairs, and in the video is what you will see us walking up the stairs. I didn't cut it. There's nothing. So you'll see like she's talking about I got a new washer. I got a clothes rack. We're talking about the rug, whatever. And then when I walked into the apartment, I have this spirit box already going. So I ask a question, and it says, I am the beast.
Ugh.
I said, a beast? Oh no, my house is blessed by the blood of Jesus Christ. You get out of here right now. And I didn't catch it until I was screen recording the camera. It said, try me. I tried to send you this video, Shane, 4 times.
Yeah, it didn't come through.
It says not sending. So then I'm like, hey, I'm just
maybe I
checking
don't
if
want
my
it.
message is even working. Yeah,
Maybe
just fine.
don't send it.
So I said, oh, they don't want you to see it. They don't want you to see it.
But we have it.
Yeah,
we watch
so
it?
I uploaded it to X and
So-
I tagged the show.
We're
So, yeah.
going to go ahead and watch it.
Now we're going to infect everybody with this
All right, let's go.
demon.
It's 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
All right, for those watching, we're in Renee's house. We're waiting.
I know, yeah. You can see me and my neighbor. It's really funny.
So this was earlier today?
Yes, at 11:20. So you can see I'm just like checking at the time because I didn't know what time it was. Oh wait, I don't know. Okay, hold on. No. So I went in, checked on there because it says like motion in the kitchen or sound in the kitchen. So I thought I screen recorded that, but I didn't. Okay, so we're watching it.
Everyone's getting whiplash.
I'm literally still shaking. Okay.
Oh, I like this. Oh, I like this. So we're home now.
Can we lower that?
Yeah. This is a small. Yeah. It should be bigger. No, that's as big as you're gonna get. No, I mean not really, but for the price. Yeah, but I got another one of these in the cart on Amazon. I took the table out. I like it without the table. Yeah, she gave me this table so that way I could use that. Oh, I like this one. Yeah, that thing was like $60 fucking. Look at the rug. It's not talking. Why are you not talking?
I'm talking to the spirit box. I asked the spirit box why you're not talking.
Renee, do you hear it talking on the video?
Literally am.
Yes.
Did we miss it? Okay.
Who else? Me? I am the beast. Which beast? By Jesus, there's no beast allowed in my house. If you're a beast, you better get out. This house is blessed by the blood of Jesus Christ. You better leave now. Telling me there's a beast in my house. You better get out.
Tell him.
Try again?
He said try me. Did you hear that? I thought he said try me. Try again. It says try me.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. Look, there's crystals, the whole shit.
That's the end of it. There's no more. That's
Renee,
the end of it.
you got a lot of stuff going on in this house.
Yeah.
For those who haven't seen videos from Renee before, we've seen like a toy fly out of that dresser.
Where is the box? It's coming from a voice box, you said?
Spirit box.
A spirit box?
It's an app on my phone. I thought it was bullshit, right? So we downloaded the app the other day. It's called GhostTube Vox. I thought it was bullshit. So my daughter and I were playing with it the other day. So in the chat, I said, "Oh my God, guys, my door. I was hanging out today. I think it was Thursday. I was hanging out during the day, whatever, and my door opened even though it was locked. But so I asked the spirit box when we downloaded it just the other day. I asked it, did you open the door? And it said neighbor. And at the same time, Mesa was leaving, so she had left. So the downstairs door, so you can hear the downstairs door slam. So I was hi, yes. So I maybe thought that it was my door. So I was like, oh, who was it? And it said neighbor. So that's why I was like, no, this is legit. And then it says I am the beast, or I am beast. And I was like, what? And I started flipping out.
Yeah, we heard the voice. That was creepy. I hope maybe your app was hacked.
You
I'm
didn't
trying
have
to look
pay
for like
your app, did you?
Yeah,
maybe.
No, so I don't. While we were watching it on the screen, I don't know if anybody else heard like any whispering, but there was I caught whispering in the video, and us three people that you see in my house is the only. There's nobody else that lives in our house but us. That's it.
You were in the same room where that other thing happened before.
Yes.
So I don't know. You feel like you need to move?
Yeah. So that's another thing. So I have had my house blessed twice with holy water.
Good.
The last time, oh my God, I'm literally shaking. Okay, so the last time John was here, he called in, whatever. So so the last time John was here, he put holy water all over the house and he blessed it, and I left the water on the floor. I have two kids. I told them, do not touch the water. Just leave it so that, it'll dry. It dried red.
Oh, that's weird.
I can't find any information on it. I've asked people in the chat and they're like, I don't know. They're like, maybe it was like a dirty bottle. No, it's like a regular bottle. It's a brisk tea raspberry water bottle. Right. But it was holy water. There's no tea in it.
Maybe you got something in the house that's got to go.
Yeah, well, I don't know. At this point, I don't know what to do.
Maybe it's time for a yard sale.
Yeah.
Or a bonfire. I prefer bonfires.
Yeah. Which is very scary because, as I've said in the last time I called, my daughter, I think she's she is in between worlds. And so she has seen something with horns in our house before. And we were, John and I were talking about it. Oh, maybe it was dreads, because John brought a psychic here to the house, and the psychic told me that I have an attachment. He's a Rastafarian man with dreadlocks. So, and my youngest, she was like, man, I'm like 4, 5. And she was sleeping with me, and she woke up in the middle of the night because there was a man sitting on my change jug. And she had said he had snakes for hair.
Have you considered having a pastor or priest come by?
Yeah, my daughter just said that today. Maybe we should go to the church tomorrow and find out. Cool. Because, especially with the holy water. I have crystals that were blessed. I have rosaries in every single room.
Yeah, you need
I have the cross. I listen to the Bible every single night. The Bible is always playing, and I don't know what to do.
Yep. Well, I think that's the path we need to go down. Well, we're going to move on to the next one, Renee, before we get to callers. Thank you for sharing. God bless. Let us know what happens. Talk to your local pastor or priest, and let us know how it goes.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Of course.
Love the show.
Thanks,
Been
Renee.
here since 51.
We appreciate
Have a good night.
it. You're the best. Appreciate it. While you pull up that other tweet from Misguided, I wanted to I saw 2 little things here. Melvin said, coming soon, the converted world. Yeah, let's do it. I saw something here. Sorry. I don't know where it went. But someone said, oh yeah, here it is. Raspberry said, I saw Kaufman on stage. Are you for real? If so,
That's cool.
You got to call in and tell us about that.
So is like a spirit box is equally as alarming as a Ouija board?
I would not mess with those. I meant to say that to Renee. I would delete that app.
Yeah.
Because I just don't trust any of that stuff. I had another thing here I wanted to address. I'm sorry, I can't find it now, and I forgot who said it, so I'm sorry. But someone said something about the Smithsonian giants and how they're hiding giants. They are, and I do want to get into that at some point. If you have any recommendations for who's a good guest to talk about that, let me know. Because I want to talk about that as well. Trump's been talking about the Smithsonian lately. Also talking about Amelia Earhart. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of files.
Is she alive and well somewhere too?
She's probably fake too. Like just like Helen Keller. Exactly. Guys, you guys know you can't believe in Helen Keller. Totally fake. It's like Anne Frank's diary.
Oh boy.
Just like the clouds. Well, yeah, let's get to. So Misguided sent me this video. I want to show you guys really quick, and then I swear we'll get to callers. Because a lot of people were tagging me in similar things.
I also just want to say shout out to Brandon. Thank you for this fabulous chair.
You got a nice little upgrade.
I know. The last chair had a hole in the bottom.
Mine's taped together.
Yeah, I don't know how you're doing that over there.
Can we show the people mine real quick? Like, look at this. Look at this chair.
You did that to yourself, Shane.
Can I show it? Look at this. It's literally taped together.
Yeah.
But I like it. At some point, I'll fall.
You'll need to get one of these.
I'm not doing that.
It doesn't fit in the room. Like it doesn't fit
that.
the
I don't even know. Like it just looks like a black chair from here. Like it's like a throne. It doesn't look like a gamer chair from here. But I like to suffer.
Okay.
Let's press play on this thing.
All right.
Oh, I should warn you guys. There is some foul language. So if you have any little ones listening,
well, your little one should be sleeping.
Beware. Yeah. Well, maybe they'll listen tomorrow. On the way to work, on the way to school.
Oh, that's true.
You never know.
What is that? It's a glowing white light in the sky going up into the sky like they just shot a missile into the sky or an alien. Sonia, what is that? Please, I'm taking a video. Oh my God. What is that? It's bright and yellow like it's on fire, but it's going up into the sky. Oh my God, what is that? It looks like if Elon Musk was fucking doing some shit, to get to Mars. What is that? Everybody's breaking. What is that? Sonia, Google it right now. I need you to look. Oh, what the fuck is that? So is that a fucking alien?
What is
What
that?
is that?
What are those? Oh, we can pause it there.
It's huge.
So it's a crazy thing to see.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of you guys have guessed that we, the official story is allegedly at SpaceX. You know, so I looked it up and it says, thank you, first of all, to Misguided for sending that. From Arizona, where she saw it, Arizonians might have noticed a bright light streaking across the sky. If you saw a bright light in the sky on Sunday evening, you're not seeing things, and chances are it wasn't a UFO. SpaceX launched another batch of its Starlink internet satellites into low Earth orbit from Vandenberg Space Force Base. So there you have it. That's the official story. Totally not extraterrestrials. Totally not Elon trying to get back to his original home on Mars, where his ancient breakaway civilization family fled to 2,000 years ago.
Wow.
Who knows? But it's a cool thing to see, for sure. Pretty wild. So thanks, Renee. Thanks, Misguided. Appreciate that. Prayers for Renee, because that house, if you guys saw the last time she sent us videos, that's wild stuff. That thing popped out of the dresser. Let's get to calls.
All right,
shall we?
Let's do it.
Thank you guys for sticking around. And shout out to Elongated Musket. Thank you for the super chat. Shane, suit up. Renee needs us. I'm hearing the Ghostbusters theme song.
TJP, are you in the room with us?
I am indeed. Shane, how are y'all doing?
We're good. How are you? Welcome to the show.
We've definitely had better weeks.
Yeah, seriously.
So I'm calling in kind of for two reasons. One, just talk about what happened this weekend.
Yeah.
So for reference, token LDS guy, token Mormon in the chat. So we had two things happen this weekend. First, the president of our church passed away.
That's right. The oldest one, right?
Yeah. So he was 101.
Yeah.
He was a heart surgeon and was like one of the best heart surgeons in the world. He created a bunch of open heart operations way back when they were first starting to do such. So that happened, and literally within 12 hours of him passing away, we also had the church shooting that happened. So it was just one after another. It has been a rough weekend.
What are people saying? Like, there's so many already theories, like as there always is when these things happen. Are they saying he was affiliated with the church at all?
So there's mixed reporting right now on that. So there's kind of two stories that I've heard. And they could be, both of them could be true. It's one of those situations that it's kind of hearsay. He was not a member of our church. That is the first thing. He either had a girlfriend or his ex-wife possibly was a member. That has not been confirmed, so there might be a tie there. And the other story that I have heard is there was a guy canvassing in that neighborhood. I think it was the day before or a couple of days before. And basically, he was canvassing for political reasons, and then the religion came up. And as they were talking more and more, he started getting more and more pointed with his questions and started basically claiming that we were the Antichrist, that we're a cult, and just started spouting off a bunch of the things that a lot of people say about our church.
Interesting.
So, I mean, the other reporting is he was a Trump supporter, that he was a veteran. So it's all these things. Like, it's hard because we don't know what's going. Like, we don't know the details or anything else. They haven't really released all that much.
In the immediate aftermath, it was already just like what we went through with Charlie, like all these other tragedies. People are sharing verifiably fake stuff. Like the one that I saw people share a bunch was that. So if you listen to the reporting from the people who were there, they said the truck drove through the doors, right? And then all these big influencers were sharing pictures of a white truck with flags but it had driven into a brick wall of a church. So that already didn't match up. And then if you did a reverse Google image search, that image was like a year or two old. But then everyone started getting emotionally attached to that image, being like, well, you know, the flags are like this and the truck is this, and they're reading from it. I'm like, why are you even believing this? You know, if you listen to the cops, it was different.
I will say this, Shane, that truck is the truck that hit the church, from my understanding.
Interesting. So
to give you an idea of our church buildings, so almost every single one of our church buildings is the exact same layout.
Mm-hmm.
So we basically have our chapels that are in the middle, and that's where he hit, was that chapel, that wall. We have the outside is kind of a U shape that goes around the outside of the church, and those have a bunch of classrooms on the outside of the churches. The foyers, we typically have 3 foyers attached to that U shape, and then we have a basketball court typically that's behind the there's sectionals that we can pull across, and there's a basketball court kind of attached to the chapel, but there's sectionals that can close to kind of separate the chapel and the basketball courts. So that picture that is of that truck, he hit where the chapel is. I don't think that's how he got
why were
in, from my understanding.
Why were there reports saying it was an old photo?
I don't know.
Then that's wrong.
Because that's what I saw, the same thing.
Yeah.
And I was hearing the same thing where it was he went through one of the entrances.
Right.
Which would also, I mean, that would also be just as plausible. But when I saw the picture, I'm like, that is an LDS chapel.
Right.
Like that building, and I think
chapel.
in that picture you can see, because all of our chapels have a little granite kind of title stone on them that says the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Right.
And has a little excerpt underneath it. I think in that picture you can see one of those stones in the picture. Yeah, so there's a huge discussion going on right now in the LDS community about safety. Yeah. It's one of our church's policies where we are not allowed to conceal carry.
I was just going to ask, is that going to change?
I don't know.
And why is that?
I'm assuming it's insurance reasons. That is my assumption. Any sort of public meeting area for insurance, I'm pretty sure they cannot allow people to carry. I mean, Tim talks about it all the time. They would rather have people be able to carry to their public events, but insurance does not let them allow that. So my assumption is it's the same thing. Because to be honest with you, in the LDS culture, there's kind of a gun culture underneath everything else. We're kind of gun nuts. A lot of us are, not all of us, but a lot of us are gun nuts. Like for me, I conceal carry wherever I go, and I may or may not conceal carry in the chapel.
Right. Yeah.
Even though I'm not allowed to,
I think
may
everyone
or may
should.
not.
Everyone in my church is holding.
And here's the other thing that I'm hearing is 2 members of the congregation actually engaged this guy with a firefight.
I heard that too.
And that is why he was forced out of the building, where the cops ended up engaging him as well, and he ended up being taken out. So
wow. Yeah, I think the gun thing has to change.
So we'll see. I don't know. There's discussions about hiring security, but the issue with that is there's too many buildings. There's too many congregations. Like it would be a huge strain on the church. So there are calls to start letting members conceal carry. But again, I don't know if that's a church policy. I don't know if that's just, hey, in order for us to have insurance on these buildings, we have to say no firearms allowed.
It's also strange that Mormonism was kind of in the periphery of the Charlie Kirk assassination with like the Utah stuff, and there are a lot of people. I think they were saying, I don't know if Tyler Robinson's family was Mormon at one point, or
he was. So from my understanding, his family are active. He is not.
Okay.
He left the church, I believe it was reported like 2 or 3 years ago. Like completely took his name off our records, like asked for his baptism to be annulled. Like I'm pretty sure he full on left the church. So
wow.
And even then there's plenty of other people who are technically part of our church but don't attend. And at that point, if you're not living according to the principles and if you're not attending the church, are you really a member of the church?
Right.
But I mean, it's just the end days, man. I keep just praying, like, Christ come, please, please, just.
It feels close. Like, it honestly does feel close, especially after Vadi Bachman died. That was wild. And just to add, I don't know if you saw this, but just earlier today I saw this report. Armed man busted after plowing car through police barricade outside the Michigan church that just had the shooting yesterday.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like, just people have lost their minds. There's a widespread issue of, I don't even want to call, I was going to say mental illness, but it's beyond that. I mean, it's just demons,
I mean, and here's the thing is, like, this dude wasn't even like Antifa, left wing, or anything like that. Like, this dude was a Christian conservative, is what it's sounding like.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's very limiting. It does a disservice to the evil we're up against to just say it's this type of thing, it's that type of person, because it's coming from everywhere. It's beyond. This is like evil. Evil is all over the place, and you can't just say it's this one thing is our enemy. It's unfortunately everywhere.
And this is my own little thing. Like, obviously, being LDS, like, we're Christian. There's plenty of people who say that we're not.
Yeah.
And it drives me nuts because you have literally dedicated churches who are dedicated to just calling us cultists, calling us that we're not Christian, that this, that, or the other. And it drives me nuts because we have different beliefs. Like, we could talk about the Trinity. Like, I believe in Jesus Christ, God the Father, and the Holy Ghost, but I don't believe they're three. I don't believe they're three individuals as one. I believe them as three distinct individuals.
Right.
And, like, we can have theological disagreements all we want, but at the end of the day, why are we spreading this hate? Why are we trying to do these things? And yes, we have missionaries out and we talk to people, and I went on my mission. I did that whole thing, but at the end of the day, the most important thing is building a testament in Christ. The most important thing is reading your Bible, going through and understanding the scriptures, understanding your theology, and all these other things. But yet, why are we Christian on Christian hate?
Yeah.
It's
not conductive or productive. I mean, it's I enjoy all those conversations though. I mean, amongst the Protestants, amongst the Catholics, the Mormons, like, everyone's got these theological differences, these different interpretations, and it's fascinating. It should obviously it comes down to Christ, and we can debate. We were talking last week about communion and Eucharist, and hopefully at some point, I forget what your name was. I'm so sorry. We'll call in and talk. No, not yours. I know yours. There's someone in the chat last week who's going to call in about the Eucharist. We can have these like talks about how we interpret these things differently. I love that. But yeah, at the end of the day, we just want to accept Christ and just do our best to be like Christ, and pray for salvation, and pray that we get through this somehow. Because there's certainly an attack on the things that are good and on Christianity, and it's just unrelenting right now. So devastating news, man. I appreciate you calling in and sharing that with us, and also appreciate you telling me about the white truck thing while you were saying that. I looked it up too, and it's on all the reports now. So there's my bias on things being fake. It's so funny how within minutes of people reporting on it, they were like, "This is fake." Did the Google reverse image search, and here we are. And I'm like, okay, so the report in the initial was like, it might have not went through the front doors, it went through here. This is why we got to be so vigilant with everything, especially in these tragedies. Because I don't think sometimes it's people not trying to lie to you. I think a lot of it is people trying to be the first with the information. And I tend to be distrustful of that.
It was the same thing with the Charlie Kirk thing. Like, my wife was telling me all this stuff, and I literally told her, like hold off. Yeah. Like, there is no information. Like, all the information that we're getting is people speculating, people saying maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Like, but at the end of the day, man, it's always you gotta wait.
Yep.
Like, more information is gonna come out, more thing, and like, yeah, it's stressful, it's scary. Like we were talking about with the Charlie Kirk thing. Like, that's 10 minutes away from our house.
Right.
Like. But at the end of the day, man, I'm just hopeful that the Mormons get called to Jackson County, man. I'm just hoping that they're going to call us and say, get out, like, we're leaving. We're out of here. Bye, y'all. But
that's right. Well,
I don't know.
Well, dude, it's always good to hear from you. I appreciate it. And we're praying for you and yours out there. And call back, man.
I appreciate it, Shane. You all have a good night.
You too, man. Yeah, it's wild. Remember all the good in life. We have to. Amidst all the darkness, gotta try to remember there is so much good. We have our families. We're blessed with our families.
Remember they said the rapture was coming last week? It does feel like something happened, though.
I know. I mean,
and everyone's been having a rough week, and there was tons of car accidents I've been hearing about.
Yes.
And
I've seen more in the past few weeks than I've ever have.
Yeah.
I mean, constantly.
Yeah.
I'm constantly driving by really bad car accidents. It's really wild. Okay, we forgot the probe news. We'll get to that later. Let's get to some callers.
We'll probe you later.
Yeah, we'll get into the probes later.
Should we bring in another caller?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm going to try and bring in people I don't know if you've had on yet.
Cool.
But I don't know for sure.
Yeah, we got probe news. We'll get into that.
Taylor, are you in the room with us?
Hey.
What's up?
Man, when I saw Medbeds, the first thing that came to mind was the early 90s anime, Rogen Z.
What is that?
Oh, it was a great movie. I loved it.
There's Medbeds in it?
Corporation was trying to push their medbed onto the public in Japan, and had a top secret military computer used in it, and they kidnapped this 90-year-old dude to have in it for its presentation.
How's Chattanooga?
Oh, Chattanooga is good.
That's good. Glad it's coming up. I'm looking at Rogen Z right now. Yeah, that's a thing. It's a real thing.
Oh, you can find it?
The medbed concept
good luck if you can find it.
Yep, I see it right now. It's a concept refers to futuristic healing devices. But the Rogen Z Z001 bed is an automated, self-sufficient care system that eventually goes haywire and becomes a rampaging, powerful robot. It
turns the bed into a mecca, pretty much.
So it becomes a suicide pod.
No, it keeps the guy safe and alive.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, the computer's AI takes on the personality of his dead wife, which is weird.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
But I'm gonna let you get on to the next caller.
Okay,
hi, brother.
Thanks for calling.
Oh, man, thank you.
Say hi to Chattanooga.
Woo-wee.
All right.
Let's see.
Let's do it.
All right.
How you guys doing out there? What do we got? It's 11:13 at night. My goodness.
Elite Savior, are you in the room with us? Nope. And they're gone. Oh, they're joining. Okay.
Oh, man. You guys talking about biscuits in the chat. Stephen Wolf said, is that Bill Clinton? No, Bill Clinton can't talk. He's got all that blood in his mouth.
Oh, hello?
Hello.
Oh, I'm actually on. Oh my gosh.
What's up? Welcome to the show.
I'm a little nervous.
Oh, don't be.
Don't
It's
be
all good.
nervous. No one can see you.
Well, let me just say one thing to preface.
All right.
I know pretty much everything. I'm a little pompous. I apologize.
When you say
but
everything, you mean like human history, the universe, or about me and Alex?
You can read our thoughts.
Oh yeah, I have figured it all out.
Okay, how'd you get to that conclusion?
Oh man, let me give you like a good example to go by online. Would be Paul White Gold Eagle on YouTube. He's the kind of the go-to example I like to give, just because, we're just it's like all the crazy Q people or whatever, but the 144K is basically the people that are like actually physically doing the work. Like the guys, like this is real work. I don't know how much people know that, but like basically, well, we appear to be in control of the sun and the earth, and it's generating a field, and they're living beings. And there's the set of people, 144K, there's people that are actually working with that. And this whole UFO thing is ridiculous because the UFO technology is really the organics, and it's basically the organics, versus, other people.
When you say the 144K, is this in reference to Revelation?
Yes.
Okay. Can you explain that for people?
Yeah, so basically it's the tree of life that we lost at the original fall. Mm-hmm. And so like all of like the Greek gods and all that or whatever, those are just like the original self, meaning we have a portion of our consciousness until we reach higher levels, and then we can house more of that consciousness and, obtain things like immortality, walking on water like Jesus did, and then you get the abilities and stuff. And it takes a full compression breakthrough to get into the higher levels. And that's what the 144K is working on.
And when did you realize you were part of this?
Ooh. Oh man, I've been doing this for a good minute now. I'm highly listed on. I'm on a few lists. Let's just say.
Good list or bad list?
I've definitely reached like dangerous levels of intelligence and abilities at this point.
So can you give us like an example, like a concrete example of what that means and what that looks like?
Well, like 3-Eye Atlas.
Yep. Our hostile
That's
probe.
a fleet. That's a fleet. Okay. There's fleets in the universe. So it's basically a technological war over the technology and control over the military. And so basically people, the 144K is we're basically in charge of Space Force at this point, pretty much. We are basically like the only military. Anyone else is just using outdated technology like what the Greys use and stuff, which is all external tech and stuff.
So when you say you're in control though, like how is that applied? Is this like a telekinesis thing, or are you showing up and
No,
doing
just
something?
magnetic fields.
Okay. And how does that work?
Well, you can look at the interactive machine, and the thing is like it's an infinite answer. So the problem with this is like I have someone I've trained, and it's taken me probably a solid 3 years to train someone, and that's with intensive training. Like this is the most difficult subject in all of creation. Like this is like complicated stuff, and humans are just barely scratching the surface for the most part. There's a lot of people that are on different levels and tiers of this.
Is it possible? So it's possible to teach anyone to do this, or do you have to be a certain type of person to learn this?
Well, the people that have got most of it figured out appear not wanting to really spread too much teaching around because it's kind of a dangerous thing if you don't really know what you're doing, if you accidentally get into it, compared to actually being trained by someone that knows what they're doing.
Can it be used for bad? And are people doing that?
There's two factions, so it just depends on which faction you're working with. And the part of the problem too is it's really easy to try to be good and then fail and be bad. It's very difficult to figure this stuff out. Very difficult.
Do you have examples of someone who's done something bad using this?
Yes. So there's a group of people that are basically pretending to be like, I'm light, I'm good. Mm-hmm. So the whole Starseed community is divided by people that are what I call, basically they have like their third eye on, and they're doing etheric things that are not really beneficial for the light, although they talk a good game as far as like what you see in the 3D basically. So like they're saying, oh, I'm good and I'm doing all this, I'm fine, but they're channeling like some gray who's, causing some problems or something, it's complicated.
What is Atlas coming here?
Atlas is running a scan because we've basically reached the point that we've kind of keep saying, oh, it's going to happen. And the reason we've been doing that so much, and we kind of don't really want anybody to know when, we're going to take this thing to the next level. But, basically trying to shift the planet up a density, and that's going to cause a disruption.
What's next level? What do you mean by next level?
Basically, the planet will vibrate. It will vibrate at a higher level, and all humans will be feeling that field and will be under the dominion of the field. It's like, think about it, you're already protected by the magnetic field from, the cosmic stuff, so that field can shift and change and go up a higher density, and then everybody has to come up with it, so that's why we take everybody from 3D to 4D when they don't go to 5D, so that we have a 4D, 5D split.
So if this is based on the 144K from Revelation, are you religious?
I used to be, man, but I honestly, I kind of identify with what I call the starseed religion now, which is basically people like the Q people talk about medbeds, and it's all different types of communities. Some people are into the UFOs, and so there's tiers of understanding. And then some people get up higher, or some people focus on niche stuff, which is still really good. And then different I call it puzzle pieces. And then so different people have different puzzle pieces. And there's very few people that are good at really putting it all together. Mm-hmm. It's a very difficult process. And there's a lot of people that think that they're kind of doing it, and they're really kind of not. And they're just learning. You can't know your way into this. There's a difference between knowledge and experience.
Do you have knowledge of things in the past?
I have memories from before the fall.
And so when you say everything, you mean like I could ask you anything from anything, any point in time, and you could have an answer?
Potentially.
Are aliens real?
Well, he said, he was talking about grays and stuff.
Extra, when we say ETs, we mean extraterrestrial, meaning extraterrestrial.
Okay, that's what I want to ask you. Why did John Trump take Nikola Tesla's technology?
Because we are in a time war, and we basically have worked out a situation to where the people that are currently having access are not causing any problems for the divine timeline.
What do you mean by time war?
Timeline. We have timeline rules and stuff that manage the timeline. Okay, I'll tell you how much I really know, just to throw you a bone here. I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to tell you anyways, just to kind of let you know how much I really do know. That there's a pyramid that's associated with the timeline of Jesus, and the tunnels, inside will shift like a labyrinth in different formations based on the current timeline, and that is dynamic and can change like the Mandela effect, because when the past changes, you don't realize it. You see the changes, but if it doesn't actually change enough for you to notice, then you're not even going to notice. So we can make small, subtle changes to the timeline, and people don't even notice. So we can actually change your past, and so it's like a timeline war. So we've had to secure the entire timeline.
So there are multiple timelines right now in parallel to one another?
There's three things. There's what the dark are trying to do, called the negative alien agenda. Then there's I call the middle timeline, which is basically, we call the line, which is what the 144K is in control of. And then we're trying to get to 5D, and then that's the divine timeline. We remain in the middle timeline until we can get to 5D.
Does your knowledge extend to the future?
Yes.
So you know how things end?
I don't know exactly when we're going to get to 5D. It's a quantum variance, and we're all working hard to make it happen. And we're just going to keep working until we get there. This is all there is.
All right. Well, this was a fun conversation. It'd be fun to continue this. So you should call back, and we'll keep asking about the timelines, and hope for the best.
You can look me up as Elite Savior on X.
Say it again.
Elite Savior.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was a fun one. And till next time.
Thanks. Peace.
Elite Savior on X.
Well, I'm glad he knows everything, because I know nothing.
Yeah, I don't. Are my children... I should have asked him if my children are going to sleep tonight.
Is the baby awake right now?
Is my baby sleeping? So I need to know. I guess real quick, we should do the probe news, since he talked about Atlas.
Okay.
And it wouldn't be an Inverted World episode if there wasn't...
Probing.
Come on now, Alex.
Someone has to say it.
if there wasn't some Atlas updates. Let's see. Well, I'm going to pull up that tweet first that I sent you from All Day Astronomy. I'll start reading it. Atlas just went through the wave of solar flare like it was nothing. But when Comet Encke was hit by a solar flare, it destroyed the magnetic field and snapped its tail off. You can just scroll down so you can follow along. A normal comet would have snapped. The tails ripped, core sputtering, the works. Instead, this thing just kept its lines solid, steady, no drama. 3i Atlas isn't behaving like a normal comet. It's acting like it was built to survive the trip, which kind of falls in line with what our previous caller was saying. If a so-called icy rock can eat a solar blast and keep moving like nothing happened, then we're looking at one of two things: material we've never seen before, or something reinforced on purpose, maybe both. Add it all up, the weird green glow, CO2 heavy composition, the crazy close link to the wow signal, and now it shrugs off one of the sun's hardest punches. I just want to say, like, beneath that, we have the King Ursus reply, just for another point of view. It says, Comet 3i Atlas poses no threat to Earth and will remain far away. The closest it will approach our planet is about 1.8 astronomical units, which is about 170 million miles. So
we're good.
So either we're screwed or we're good. I don't know. But I can you just pull up that that article from Netanyahu's website, The Times of Israel? I just want to show the people because you gotta laugh. Did they put a yarmulke on the satellite?
Oh my God! Stop.
Doesn't it look like that?
It does kind of look like
They put a yarmulke on the satellite. But guys, we got a new probe. We got a new probe. The UAE's Hope probe and the upcoming encounter with 3i Atlas near Mars. As a signatory of the Abraham Accords with Israel, the United Arab Emirates may soon contribute to global space science in an extraordinary way. Its Hope probe. It could join NASA and ESA in monitoring the rare passage of the interstellar object 3i Atlas near Mars on October 3rd, 2025. That's right around the corner.
Any day now.
That's why BB was here, talking about the Hope probe. On that date, 3i Atlas will pass close to Mars' orbit at a distance of just about 29 million kilometers from the Red Planet, also known as Elon's original home. This is a rare event where an interstellar visitor comes so near to a planet that already hosts a fleet of active research spacecraft. Both NASA and the European Space Agency have already announced plans to turn cameras and instruments toward the cosmic neighbor. Now the UAE's space agency may also join the effort with its, yes, I have to say it one more time, Hope probe. So just want to let you guys know, probes are coming, probes are going.
They're coming and going.
And we got Jewish Hope probe.
They might hit, they may not.
Yep. So we'll see how that goes. Let's get to another caller.
Okay.
How y'all doing out there? Thank you guys for sticking around with us. This has been a fun one. Renee said, LMAO, my daughter asked, why does that word sound gross? Shane saying probe. Yeah, it's disgusting.
I know.
I wish I didn't say it.
Moist.
I think probe might be worse. We shouldn't even say those two words together. Does Shane believe that the sun is real?
Probe.
I think it is, but who knows? You know, Bill Gates, I think, switched it out the last solar eclipse, so I don't know if we have the original sun anymore. Some days it feels like the sun I knew in my childhood, and other days it feels like some foreign entity. I just don't know. Indigo says space Jews. Yeah, you got to watch out for them.
I should have asked that guy who killed Charlie Kirk.
Dang, missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity. Call back elite savior.
Shoot.
We have Kristen in the room with us. Are
Let's
you
do
here,
it.
Kristen?
Kristen, are you there? Darth Vader said its tail will grow back like a lizard. Man.
Oh my gosh, can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
we can.
What's up?
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm new. I'm a first time caller, long time listener.
Awesome.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Oh, we're chilling. Doing good. It's a
You
good
guys
night.
are chilling. I honestly was gonna call with some like witty comment about your post about Guar.
Yes. It would be nice, right?
Wouldn't it? It would just I love Guar. But
Yeah.
honestly, after listening to that last caller and just all the crazy shit that's been going on in the last few weeks, I don't know. I was hoping to bring some levity, but now I'm like a bit bummed, you know?
Yeah, it's dark.
I've been bummed. It is dark.
But
It is dark.
It's okay. The world is beautiful, despite
It is.
all the madness.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I wanted to ask you, Shane, what church do you go to? What kind of church do you go to?
It's a non-denominational church. Like, I don't think they really consider themselves one thing. They're like, it's just Bible thumping. There's no speaking in tongues, any of that. Not that I'm opposed. I have a friend who speaks in tongues. I don't do that. But it's just, you read the Bible and we say things based on the Bible. And it's that. It's not like Baptist. It's not Lutheran or any of those. I've tried lots of churches like that. And the ones I went to, they're all like, the ones I tried that were of those denominations were not the captured type, because there are certainly churches, even in West Virginia, that claim to be Christian churches that say they're Baptist or Methodist or whatever, and they got pride flags on their buildings, which I think is wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, ours is just like old school, Bible thumping, very conservative. So there's not really like a name to it. But
So
I did
I'm in the driving area
Okay.
of I live near, I will say, the Frederick, Maryland area, and I have family that live in Winchester, Virginia, and so I drive through Martinsburg. I drive through all those places all the time.
Yep.
And I'm willing to I'm trying to find I'm going to be completely honest. I have never, not never, but in the last like 10 years, have never felt any sort of need for church. But I will say, as many have, and it may also seem corny now, and I don't really even care after Charlie's murder. I feel there is a Christian revival coming back to this country, and I have a Bible that my aunt gave me 3 years ago that I have broken out, and I have been it's been suggested to me that I start with the book of John, and so I've been trying to do that, and I might have to try a few churches just to see what's what, but and I know every church is different for every person, but I don't want to end up in a church like that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to try a few.
It's good to definitely tour them. If you hit me up, I'll send you like very specific ones that I like. And we actually go to a few. And on Sunday, sometimes we're going to 2. And we just became like addicted because it's really good for the kids. You know, the kids love it.
I have kids too. I would love to bring them. Yes.
It's very important I think for children. And but we spent, when we moved down here, that was our priority, was to find a church. And it took a while. And you just kind of know, like, when you're sitting in one, if you're feeling the message, if it feels right. And it took a while. And then we found one, which led us to another, and we love them both. And it's very important because, like, their theology is very important too, you know? Like, we can talk like all these different things on how you interpret this stuff, but you'll know, I mean, I like mine to be I read the Bible literally, and I don't find things to be like, oh, this is like an abstract. I mean, there's moments in the Bible where we can say this is an abstraction or they're speaking in metaphor, but I believe the main things are literal. And then I've been to churches where they're saying like, well, this isn't like that. And then sometimes they bend the theology so it's maybe not so harsh to a modern ear, but like, I have no time for that right now. Like, I want to hear straight up like the word and how that applies to today, because in my opinion, the Bible can be applied to any time, no matter what. It's very modern and very ancient somehow at the same time. But yeah, I think that's great. I believe there is a revival. If you want to find me online, hit me up. They'll give you some options.
Yeah, for sure,
And,
Shane. Yeah, I've been following you on Twitter a little bit, and I do really appreciate you guys taking my call. And Shane, I'll hit you up with a DM, and I very much appreciate you. Very, very much appreciate you doing the show. Love the show, and appreciate you taking my call.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All the best to you. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
You've been doing church?
I've been doing church.
You're into
You know,
it?
I've never done church in my life.
Yep.
I was raised Jewish.
Yep.
I had a bat mitzvah.
Yep.
And then that was it. That was the end of that.
So you have the space lasers.
Yeah. But you know, I've stepped foot in Catholic churches before. You know,
Right.
I'm raised on Long Island. I have Catholic friends, but that was never for me. And now that my kids are old, like they're at the age where they need some faith, and because of the state of the world, we felt like we needed to explore churches, and we did exactly what Kristen was just talking about. We explored churches. We tried different ones out. And we've been going to one maybe for about 5 months now, and I love it. I
Amazing.
feel like I've been deprived.
Yes, that's
my
great.
whole life.
I'm so happy
I
for
do
you
have
guys.
the ick a little bit, you know. Sometimes, you know, it feels it's
Is that
emotional.
is it your
feels,
Jew blood?
Yeah, it's the Jewish.
You're
You know,
feeling the burn?
it's just the Jew burn. It's just a natural, you know, when
Yeah.
you're not used to it.
Yeah, of course. It's like a very abstract thing, you know. And then when you're in it, I mean, that's how I totally divorced from religion.
Yeah.
You know, and like I mocked it for so long.
Oh, same.
Straight up mocked it. I thought it was ridiculous, not for me. And it was just like this slow thing of, oh, I don't need it. But my kids do.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to pretend for the kids. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wait, no, I need it more than anybody.
Yeah.
And then it's just from there, you know. And,
I think it does matter, if Kristen's still listening, to find a pastor or someone who's going to speak to you. You know,
Yep.
The sermon's got to be good. You got to love it. You
Sermon's got
gotta
to be
enjoy
good.
it.
It's like I just watch out for the modern stuff. Like for me, when I went to the churches where it was like a younger dude with like tight jeans and a guitar,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm out.
That was it. That was not you. Yeah, you know, our church does play like the music and stuff, and it's like a guy in jeans and a button down. And I don't love that part.
Yeah.
I don't. It's
I've
really
been to
hard
churches
get
though
into
that I like, but I didn't like the music.
Yeah.
You know,
You did like the music.
well, no, now I like the music at mine, but
Okay.
like I've been to churches in New York. We even tried churches in New York. You know, it's New York, but there are some that are hardcore. I've been to hardcore churches in LA, right? When I was with the Kanye thing, his church was hardcore Bible thumping.
Yeah.
That was so funny. He was like in the car afterwards. He was like, I like this church because that pastor is like a passive version of me. And he was. Dude had like all these rings on, but it wasn't like prosperity stuff. He was just very small church. There's maybe 30 people in it.
Yeah.
But he was a gangster. Like this pastor was amazing. So there can be good churches in bad areas. But the one I went to in New York, which I liked the sermon. I liked the message, but the music wasn't so much. It was too
Yeah,
modern.
That's for me.
You know?
I
like old
can
school.
we show up a little late so we can skip the music part? You know, but it feels good to
That's great.
be doing it.
It's great. I love it. Yeah, I have some of my favorite biblical conversations are with your guy, Chris Carr, the great Chris Carr.
Yeah.
He's been referenced in much of my writing because of the conversations we've had about the Bible and Revelation in particular.
Yeah, he knows his stuff. He knows what he's talking about. So.
He really does. Good Kentucky guy.
Yeah.
Like good old Hunter Thompson. The Kentucky guys know what's up. Shout out to Kentucky. Let's get into the caller in here, shall we?
All right, just gonna close my eyes and pick.
Do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Dylan, are you in the room with us?
Hello?
Hello.
What's up?
Not much.
Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks.
What's going on?
Not much. So I've got a weird story for you guys.
Good.
I know it's been kind of a heavy episode, so it's kind of a goofy one. Hopefully
Perfect.
it bring some levity, I guess. I don't know.
Thank you.
All right. So I was do you guys know what Red Rocks is?
I don't.
All right. So Colorado, there's this really great music venue.
Oh
out in the-
yeah, dude. Yeah, that place is
Yeah.
crazy. I've seen videos there.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. So I'm a Colorado native, born and raised, and I was out there. Let's see, this was 2018, and so Red Rocks is kind of known for this 4th of July festival that they put on every year. Super fun, man. It's super fun. So it's like, in my opinion, it's the best fireworks show that you can see for like the 4th of July, because you're like in Red Rocks, and Red Rocks has this really great view of the entire Denver metro area. So whenever they shoot off the fireworks, like you could just kind of see
I'm looking
all
at
the
it now.
fireworks shows.
I didn't realize the metro area was behind it like that. I'm actually looking at the fireworks. Yeah, that's wild. That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's literally they say like Disney is the most magical place on earth. This is literally the most magical place you could ever go to. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Awesome.
So anyway, I was there. This was 2018, and Blues Traveler is the band that plays every year for 4th of July at Red Rocks.
Cool.
That's like their gig. It's a lot of fun, man. So that year, so this was 2018. It was the Wailers with Damian Marley, Blues Traveler, and Mo. So just ton of jam bands, so much fun, a lot of fun. Anyway, so I was hanging out. I was with my girlfriend at the time, and we had met these people, and we were we were lit. I mean, there were fireworks going off, man, but I was the one that was lit, man. I was a human firework, bro. I was so high in the sky. Super fun. But anyway, so we're hanging out with these guys. We're having a good time. It was probably into like, my God, probably hour 2 of Blues Traveler's set. And we were on John Popper's like 70th harmonica solo. And at that point, we're all just kind of like looking at our watches, like, all right, time to wrap this up, you know? Anyway, so the fireworks were going off, right? And it was huge, you know, these crescendo, all these fireworks happening. And as I'm like looking out, I'm just like in awe of the spectacle I'm seeing. You know, I'm like, this is, oh my God, I can't believe this. I'm so lucky, you know? And off in the distance in my vision, I see 4 lights. 4 lights. And I was kind of thinking to myself, I was like, huh, that's a little strange. And this is me. I'm like, I mean, I was, again, so wasted. I'm just like, huh, that was strange. I was like, it's probably just some fireworks. And then all of a sudden, the line of lights goes from being a straight line to then all of a sudden becoming a diamond shape. And I'm like looking around at other people, and no one seemed to notice. Like no one, like I was just like, anyone else? Was that just? And I'm looking at it, and I can't believe no one else is like not paying attention to this. And I literally, the first thing that came to my mind was like, holy shit, those are aliens. Swear, I kid you not, man. Kid you not. I don't know.
Did they make any sounds? Or you probably couldn't hear it over the.
No, so that's the thing. So, and this is where it gets interesting, right? So, no sounds, and I like no one was pointing it out, and I'm just kind of sitting there, just like in awe of like what I'm seeing, right? And so, like I said, they went from being a straight line, and they rotated, right? They rotated from being in a straight line to like this, like a diamond, you know, it's like a square, like just a 2-dimensional square that had been rotated, kind of like 30 degrees or whatever, right? And then they kind of were floating around a little bit, just kind of doing a little thing. And then they disappeared one by one. Super bizarre. Super bizarre.
Do you think it was drones?
Well, so here's the official story, right? Because I wasn't the only one that saw this. So you can actually look this up. There were reported sightings, so this was 2018, like I said, in Colorado. My buddy, who I was going to school with at the time, his buddy was at the same show, and he said his buddy saw the same lights, and he and me and this mutual friend, we both had the same idea, like, dude, those were fucking aliens, right? And our whole thinking was like, what's the best cover if you were like. And right before this, I think there had actually been a UFO that had supposedly gone down in the Colorado area. But we were thinking to ourselves, like, dude, what's the best? Like, think about it, right? There's 4th of July, everyone's partying, right? There's fireworks in the sky, there's lights in the sky. It's the perfect cover.
They just want to party.
Well, no. So we were thinking our hypothesis was that there was an alien that they were coming to rescue.
Rescue you?
because like I'd said, I think a few weeks before this, or very like right before this, there was a like some sort of like unidentified object that had crashed in the area. So we were thinking that there was like an alien that was stranded, and they came to pick up one of their buddies.
I see. It's funny. I Googled UFOs, Red Rocks 2018.
2024 is coming up.
It's all 2024. Something happened in 2024. Are you aware of that?
I'm not. I moved away from Colorado in 2023.
Okay. There's like pages and pages. I've gone through 3 so far, and I can't find 2018 because it's all 2024, and they all basically go like this: Red Rocks UFO workers say strange object hovered over Colorado concert venue.
But I don't see a picture of
large disc-shaped craft above the venue, and they say it tipped at an angle, slowly started moving belly first to the east, and then it faded away until it was invisible. And there are tons of reports on that one. And I also see this other one from 2019. Mysterious flying object crashes through woman's Lexus sunroof. They were calling it UFO, but I don't think they know what it is. But yeah, they said it could have killed her, but she just made it out. Did you hear that story?
I didn't. Yeah.
Weird stuff in Colorado. But that's crazy. So you said other people saw it as well?
Yeah, man. Well, so this is how I know that it was like a real thing, that it actually occurred. So the official narrative, and I'm trying to find the article, but basically, so there are these skydivers, and they usually parachute for the 4th of July, and they parachute over Invesco Field or Mile High Stadium, where the Broncos play. And they, when they parachute out, they carry these torches with them, right? And so, because there was a video of these guys, and they're parachuting with these white torches. So the official story is that everyone saw these guys parachuting. But my problem with this, and so this is why I mentioned how wasted I was, right? Because the official story goes that these guys were just parachuting out, right? So there's 2 things that could have happened. And I lean towards the side that maybe I was just my imagination, right? But I don't know. So the way that the lights moved very well could have been 4 skydivers, and then they were falling at different rates. And because they, were falling and one fell quicker than the other, maybe it went from being a straight line to then kind of looking like a diamond,
Right.
So that's sort of like the official narrative, I guess, of
Right.
it, and I'm like 90% sure that's probably what happened.
But maybe.
But that's the thing, Well, maybe.
But maybe. I mean, lots of weird things seem to be happening out there. I'm looking at all these articles now. A lot of weird sightings out there. And the Denver airport, right? What's up with that?
Well, okay. Well, Denver airport, that's just,
What is going on there?
It's an attraction.
For bad people. I mean, there's a lot of theories about trafficking and tunnels and the weird paintings.
So Lucifer, right? Lucifer he's probably the most wild thing happening at the airport. Look, as far as all the paintings go and stuff, there was a guy that was commissioned to do the paintings, and he was supposed to if I remember correctly, and I could be totally full of shit. But if I remember correctly, he's supposed to be painting like past, present, and future kind of paintings. So like one of the paintings has like a guy in a gas mask, and he looks very like Nazi-esque, and there's all these allusions to New World Order and all that stuff.
Right. Pull up Lucifer.
Yeah, so Lucifer, hallowed be his name.
Yeah, I mean, it's a giant blue horse with red glowing eyes.
Dude, he's absolutely demonic, and he's the first thing that you see when you come into Colorado.
Why? I flew in just for a layover, so I was just in the airport once, like walking around. So I didn't get to explore like I would like to. But I do want to go there sometime and check it out, because there's some interesting stuff there. But, well, I'm going to say you saw UFOs, and the skydiver story was just an official cover story, and we'll leave it at that.
Oh, yeah.
Just like the Pentagon, it's making up stuff. But hey, man, I appreciate the call. It's a wild one. Red Rocks. I forget who I was watching there. There's some really awesome videos of live. I've seen a few live performances there, and it's crazy that they can make that place sound good, seeing as how it's outside.
Well, I mean, that's the amazing thing about Red Rocks, man. I mean, it's not really they didn't really engineer it to be that way. It's like the actual rock formations themselves.
Right.
It's crazy, man. Like, I remember the first time I was at Red Rocks, I was in the very back of the amphitheater, and there's these little holes that are carved into the rock, like, and they're part of natural formations. But I remember I could hear everything that was happening at the front of the stage, like as if I was up there and I was all the way in the back. I mean, the acoustics in that amphitheater are just it's incredible.
Yeah, that's on my list of things to do, is see a show there. It's so cool. Such a cool venue.
It's beautiful.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate the call. Have a good night, brother.
Yeah, you guys too.
Awesome. Yeah, there's a ton of bands I've seen play there recently. I'm like, oh wow. A lot of metal bands going through. Let's try to get one more caller in here before we end the night.
Sure.
Let's do it. Don't look at you guys. South Park? Who said this? Stephen Wolf says South Park was at Red Rock. I didn't know.
South Park?
Yeah. I don't know.
Big pool?
Wait, real quick. I want to say Prog Rocker 2112 said, did Shane hear about the Russian girl that signed a blood contract for her soul for $12,000 and bought boo-boos?
Oh,
I don't think I saw that. I don't even want to Google anything with Labubu. The word itself is haunted. But I'll look into it. All right. Sounds like something that would happen in 2025. Yeah, no, it comes right up. Do we have a caller? Are they here?
Yeah.
All right,
you
cool.
in the room with us?
Yes, I am.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for taking my call.
Well, thanks for
Got
calling.
the ladies calling in tonight.
Yeah, what's up? Good way to start
Yeah.
the Monday.
I have a imaginary friend story.
Perfect.
I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous.
That's okay.
I have to work on my voice too. But anyway, so when I was a little tiny girl, I had an imaginary friend, and he was a cowboy. His name was Bob, and he only appeared to me outside of my house. He never appeared inside. And so my family had built our house on a former ranch, just as background.
Right.
So anyway, Cowboy Bob would hang out with me, and he used to tell me stories about horses and about his paint horse named Cloud Shadow. I never saw the horse. And he used to help me cross the street when I wanted to visit my friend who lived across the street. So one day he told me, hey, come over here, and if you dig here, you'll find a boot. So I got a shovel and I dug. It was kind of hard-packed soil. It took me a while. But lo and behold, I did find an old cowboy-style boot. It wasn't a man's boot. It was like a kid's boot or maybe a woman's boot. It was smaller. But anyway, I wiped a lot of the dirt off, cleaned the dirt out of the boot, and I ran into my house to show my mother. And I remember telling her, look, my cowboy told me, where to dig to find a boot. And look, I found it. And my mother, who wasn't really warm and cuddly, told me, get that filthy boot out of here. But anyway, there came a time where I hadn't seen him for a while. And I looked for him every day, but he was just not around. And then one day, he appeared to me. And I remember I said, there you are. I've been looking for you. Where have you been? And he said he was sorry. He just wanted to stop by and tell me that I wasn't going to see him anymore. And I said, but what do you mean I'm not going to see you? Why? And I was upset and crying. And he walked away and disappeared. And I never saw him again.
And that was
So
it.
that's my imaginary friend story.
How old were you when he disappeared?
I think it was before first grade. I mean, I was little.
So did it start around like kindergarten?
No, he had been around for a long time. I mean, many years before that. He was my friend.
What did your parents say? Like, how long I mean, you're really young, so it's probably hard to remember. Do you remember your parents finding out about you having an imaginary friend?
Yeah, I used to talk about him all the time. And one time I was, in a French conversation group when I was an adult, and there's the neighbor that lived across the street from me. And she told me, oh, I remember you used to come over to our house and say, hey, my cowboy said I can come and play with Krista, who was my friend. And that's very cute. And I go, yeah. So.
What did you do with the boot? Do you remember?
I threw it out. I threw it.
Interesting. That's pretty wild. What do you think that meant? Like, do you think it was just an imaginary friend?
I would think so, but I can't explain him leading me to the place where the boot was. And it was like I had to dig with a shovel, and there's barbed wire I had to pull out, and it's just kind of weird because normally I would think, yeah, that's just an imaginary friend, but that boot part is the thing that I've always thought, that's pretty wild, man.
I mean,
what was that?
Well, that plus, you said it was built on a former ranch. Maybe it was something else.
Could have been, yeah.
That's wild. And no other imaginary friends?
Nope, that was my only imaginary friend.
Maybe he just wanted his boot.
Maybe. But he sounds like he was bigger than what she found.
No, he was bigger. He was a man, a young man. He was an older man. He was young. So no, that boot I found was a small kid or maybe small woman's boot.
That's a wild story. Well, thanks for calling and sharing that.
Absolutely.
So interesting. I wonder about imaginary friends. I never had one, like as a kid. I had a wild imagination, and I was always like imagining things, but I had friends who had imaginary friends. And I remember one of their parents was a little concerned because after a while, it wasn't going away, I guess. And they were like, maybe this is something else that they should be worried about. And I don't remember what happened, honestly. A lot of these, I lived near that military base, so a lot of those friends that were from the base, they would move every 3 or 4 years. So I never really got to finish those stories. But yeah, I've always been fascinated by that. Thanks for calling. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
Aw.
That was kind of like a spooky and sweet story.
Yeah.
Amazing. Before we get out of here, I just want to pull this up from the commenter about the woman who sold her soul for a Labubu doll collection.
You're fixated on it.
I mean, yeah, people usually joke about this is from Vice, about selling their soul for rent money or maybe a stress-free week. A woman in Russia actually followed through. She traded hers for just over $1,000, then spent it on Labubu dolls and a folk concert ticket. The deal reportedly began on Telegram when a marketing consultant named Dmitry posted what he thought was a joke. He offered 100,000 rubles to anyone willing to sign over their soul using their own blood. He didn't expect a response, but 26-year-old Karina messaged him with a simple answer. She agreed. Karina signed the paper, pressed her blood to the contract, and handed it over. Dmitry later posted the evidence, calling it his first soul purchase and writing, "I definitely feel like Davy Jones right now." He admitted he had no idea what to do with it and described the stunt as more of a social experiment than anything else.
What are people doing out there?
This has been the craziest year ever.
We just know too much.
We know too much, but we know nothing.
Yeah. Only one guy knows everything.
Yeah.
And he called in the show.
He was here. If you guys want to rewind, you can listen to him. Maybe he'll call back. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. This was a fun one. Alex, it's so good having you in the room.
It's fun to be here. I'll be here all week.
That's amazing. Amazing. I mean, you started the show.
Yeah.
This is
feels very
your
OG.
ship. Yep.
Feels very natural.
Very happy you could fill in for Brandon while he's out gallivanting around. No, I'm just messing. Having fun out there. It's awesome. I caught a little bit of the show earlier. Very cool. If it's at the same place we were at last time when we did M-Fest. Well, last time I was there, that studio is incredible. Very, very cool. So it's very cool to see. Alex, where can the people find you?
I am Alex Ayala on X sometimes, meaning I'm not always there, but you can always reach out to me there if you'd like. And Shane?
Seeing if I miss anything real quick of importance from you guys out there. But
there was a couple of
everything.
Super chats.
Did you catch them?
I caught 2. One was from YouTube from Dingus Khan. Nothing against Brandon, but it's always nice to see Alex in the second chair. Thank you so much. That means everything.
Amazing.
And Jamie Brockgodile. Ouija board is more dangerous than a spirit box Ouija. Okay, than a spirit box. Ouija requires you to let the demon into yourself and give control of your body to play.
Okay.
There you have it.
Okay. I'm not messing with either. But I think there's some validity to it. Guys, it's great to be back. It was just a fun Monday. Now it's Tuesday. We will be back tomorrow, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Who knows what will happen while we're sleeping and what we'll wake up to. The world is constantly shifting into crazy places. But don't forget, it is beautiful, and to always check your cat for listening devices. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.